superstars. Oh my gosh, man. Today, emotional damage. Emotional damage. Woo-woo. Emotional damage. This nigga is emotionally damaged, man. I love that shit from Fresh and Fit. I had to take that one. Every time they say that shit about chicks, that shit applies to Bud in the final press. Why are you sitting there arguing with a regular dude from Dallas that's not even Earl the True Spence family member? And even if it is his family member, supposedly his cousin, emotional damage. That nigga is emotional. That's why Earl Smith said, "Oh, there you go. That's what we see. He's too emotional. That's what we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him right there. We're gonna get him right there." What people don't understand at the highest levels, when you're dealing with the alpha and the beta, me and you've been telling everybody this is what the fight is all about: alpha versus beta. When an alpha male sees a beta male get in its beta male position, the alpha male knows he's gonna have the superiority. He's like, oh, okay, right there. He got emotional. That's what we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him right there.
Right.
And now motherfuckers know this shit is so crazy like this that now you got the LDBC running around giving excuses saying Bud look old, Bud look weight drained. We don't want to hear none of that bullshit, man. We don't want to hear none of that shit. Earl Spence been in 2 fucking car crashes. Earl Spence had an eye retina situation. We don't want to hear nothing. When Terence Crawford gets stopped, motherfuckers need to put respect on Earl the True Spence name. Stop hating on the fucking PBC brand. What's up, Ross? What round is Earl Spence stopping Bud Crawford? Y'all need to tell us, man.
That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know. We here to separate the weak from the strong. The weak
Mm-hmm.
are saying this is a 50-50 fight.
Yep.
The weak are saying, well, this guy has size and this guy has the ability to switch hit. No, the weak are saying they can't pick a winner, but the strong are saying stoppage.
That's it.
This guy's gonna win. This guy's
Yep.
gonna dominate because I
Yep.
don't because we don't give a fuck if we're right or wrong. Because
Mm-hmm.
if we're wrong, so fucking what?
Damn right.
The life don't end because we're wrong. Like beta
Yep.
males package their channels and leave if they're wrong. You know what I mean? Throw away a whole channel because you're wrong and shit. Like no, we, I feel like I know, like this already happened already. I feel like Errol Spence already stopped Bud.
Yep.
Like I already know this is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a foregone conclusion. We just got to see the manifestation thereof. But it's a foregone conclusion, man. One guy is
Yep.
more superior than the other. It is what it is. That's what it's always been. A lot of people have been led astray. They've been hoodwinked and bamboozled by the top rate.
Yep. Yep.
Every 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 5 to 10 years, top rank does this, and y'all keep falling for it. They always
Mm-hmm.
lose the big fights. Why? Because those guys be propped up to be something that they're not.
Smoking
That's
mirrors.
smoke the fucking mirrors, man. That's it.
Yep. At the end of the fight, we're gonna play that Earl Spence soundbite, man. For the month after the fight, we're gonna be playing the soundbite where he was standing right there on the podium and he said, name an opponent that Terence Crawford fought that was better than Chris Algieri. He didn't even name higher level opponents. He just said, name an opponent that's better than Chris Algieri. Top
Right.
rank promotes smoking mirrors. Bob Arum is a smoking mirrors promoter. Top Rank is the greatest matchmaker in boxing. This shit is true. And y'all niggas gonna find out this shit tomorrow night.
That's the thing. What people need to understand is it don't matter if Bud made weight or not, man.
Yep.
All this extra shit is an excuse. Why would
Yep.
Bud not make weight? He's closer to the weight than Errol Spence is.
Exactly.
So now all of a sudden your biggest fight in your career, now all of a sudden,
You
first of
can't
all, we
make
don't know
weight.
that. First of all, that's speculation. No one knows if that's
Yep.
true.
Yep.
You gotta stop listening to LDBC. The LDBC
Yep.
just make up facts.
Yep.
Did you
They
hear
making
Bud?
every fucking excuse in the book, bro.
Did you hear any official publication say that Bud didn't make weight? So
Exactly. When
now
has
you're
Bud
got.
never made weight?
So what? That doesn't mean he didn't make weight.
Yep.
That don't mean he's making weight. You gotta stop listening to the PBC. I can always tell the PBC subscriber. That's what the PBC does. They just make it. They just make fucking
LDBC.
not PBC, LDBC.
You mean LDBC?
LDB, it's so many ECG, DVs. You don't know what the fuck going on. But yeah, you can always tell the LDBC. You can always tell an LDBC subscriber because they always just run off and just make their own truth.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, and all because we're keeping things fair. I mean, we're hyping up Bud. I think some of these people are mentally fucking retarded.
Yeah, they are.
If you're not attacking someone, then you're hyping them up.
Exactly.
we need to attack Bud or hype Bud up. We don't attack or hype nobody up. We tell the fucking truth.
Exactly.
Us saying that we think Spencer's gonna win and not attacking Bud.
Exactly.
That's what we feel is gonna happen.
Exactly.
Like I said, I have
Bud. The speculations about Bud's potentially making weight, not making weight. We've never known Bud to not make weight, so we're gonna tell the truth here,
right? And there's nothing.
You know
no one.
and
no
we don't want to hear that bullshit about he didn't make weight or this and that. That's speculation, man. Let's focus on the fucking fight.
No,
why would he not make weight for the biggest fight of his career? Why would he get his WBO belt stripped before the fucking fight? Come on, man. Stop
the reason why he's saying that because LDBC and Bud supporters are now, since they know the fight is imminent, nobody has gotten injured, nobody's sick, nobody came down with corona. The fight is going on. Now they're trying to find ways of reason why this win ain't legit.
Exactly.
Now they're talking about Bud look like he got old.
Yep.
Bud only 2 years older than Errol Spence.
Exactly.
Now they're talking about Bud look weight drained.
Yep.
Fanon said if you look at Bud's hairline, he has a bad hairline. That means he's getting old.
The fuck does hairline got to do with your fight?
Bud Crawford has always had a bad hairline, man.
Yes.
Always
receded like a motherfucker.
10 years ago, Bud Crawford had a bad hairline.
Yeah, Bud always looked old as fuck. What y'all talking about?
Yeah, Bud has always looked like an old man. He always looked old. He always looked old. That doesn't mean he's old.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand is this. The reason why he's wearing a hoodie in Las Vegas for you simple niggas to focus on that.
Exactly.
Think about it. When you know you get ready to lose, you start building up excuses. If you depend on your integrity level. Manny Pacquiao did this when he knew he was getting ready to lose to Floyd. They had excuses on deck.
My shoulder.
Talk about his shoulder and shit. On deck.
Mm-hmm.
Lomachenko. Big excuses. Every time Lomachenko loses, there's always an excuse, nigga.
Yep.
Lomachenko never just took no loss. There's always something wrong with him when he loses.
Because he lost. The last time where he cried, right?
Since when has Bud ever had a bad weight cut?
Bad weight cut. Come on, man.
Y'all are like Bud coming down from 154 or something, man.
Exactly.
Why would he have a bad weight cut when he been fighting at 147 this whole time?
This is why I keep saying when I say opera singer, opera singer, They go from channel to channel looking for false fucking reassurances, dog.
And you want to know why I know this is because they've been on LDBC channels? Because I watch all my competitors.
Yep.
So I don't like to have shit choreographed. What I'm gonna say, I take in a lot of shit, and the way I learn and the way I live is I take in shit, and my mind applies it to my life. without me having to strategically apply it to my life.
Yep.
So I take in a lot of shit. I'm a comic book guru. I'm also a hood nigga guru. I know everything about all the gangsters because I
Yep.
grew up that way. I know I'm a movie buff, all this shit, but I don't strategically apply it to my life. I take it all in the way my mind set up. My mind does it for me, and I act. And next thing you know, I'm like, oh, I got this from this. But I never consciously make these choices. I know y'all got this from the LDBC because this is
DC.
their. These
Because
are
why are
their.
you saying he's on the wrong side of 30? He doesn't have a nutrition. You're making excuses. Stop that shit. You're taking away from Errol Spence's win. Stop the bullshit. Bud's been doing the same thing that Bud's been doing ever since. As a matter of fact, Bud got more shit going on in his camp. Bud got snack, so he's on. So he should be allegedly on fucking PEDs. Bud got a masseuse trying to copy Floyd Mayweather, a little cute little tenderoni there. So his muscles should be loose and shit like that. Bud's been doing cryotherapy to rejuvenate his fucking muscles. So why y'all not talking about those things? Stop the bullshit.
They talk about what popular media tells them to talk about. They have no mind of their own. That's why. They just seen this shit on Phenom. They just seen this shit on Blue Blood. They just seen this shit on probably fucking Showbiz the Adult. And now that's their way of thinking. They didn't even pick that apart themselves. Now they got to come here and hear us pick it apart.
Yep.
You fucking outfits to stop being bitches.
Yep.
Please. You can't hear something somebody say and run with it.
Yep.
Bud has been winning all these fights, right? He's the number one. Right now, they got him number one pound for pound. He's the number one pound for pound fighter doing what he's always done, and now all of a sudden there's a problem.
Exactly.
Do y'all see how weak y'all sound?
You see how weak-minded y'all are.
And you taking away from Errol Spence's win right now.
Yep.
The win ain't even happy yet. Y'all already trying to take it away.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the wrong side of 30. Errol Spence on the wrong side of 30.
Exactly.
What does that mean? He's on the wrong
car
side.
Crashes. If anybody's on the wrong side of 30, it should be Errol Spence, right? Like Errol Spence told him at the press conference. I've been in 2 fucking car crashes. What that say about you? I had an eye retina. What does that say about you? So if anybody's on the wrong side of 30, should be Earl to choose Spence.
When people know they about to lose, all of a sudden it just be these little things coming out to soften the blow.
Yep.
Manny all of a sudden Manny was like out of his camp said the Floyd Mayweather camp wanted to age out Manny. That's the reason why they're taking the fight now. Manny was the one that was denying the fight for the last 9 years, not Floyd.
But isn't Floyd like almost 3 years older than him?
Floyd is 2 years older than Manny. Floyd 2 years older than Manny. Every time somebody get ready to lose, they both look fresh, man. They both look fresh.
Stop the bullshit, man. Stop. See, that's the problem with y'all.
They both look fresh. But
when y'all come in here, y'all need to wipe y'all feet. We always say this shit because when you come in here with that beta shit, you get slapped right back in the face.
They're bringing that
alpha males. We don't accept beta male talk. Period.
They're bringing that beta dust from Blue Blood Sports TV, from the LDBC. Yeah. Man, wipe your feet at the door. Don't bring that shit into the house, man. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just bringing in dirt for other people's cribs into this crib. Like, bro, Bud Crawford looked the same. You want to know why his face different? You ever been in school and you see one nigga tell another nigga, I'm gonna beat your ass after school?
Yep.
You ever seen the look on the dude face who don't think he can whoop the other nigga?
Yep.
He don't look like himself. He like he's seeing a ghost.
Yep.
He looking at the time. He looking at the clock the whole fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Bud look different, man. Cause Bud know he's gonna lose.
You know he gonna get his ass whooped. And he acting out of character. Cause this nigga don't normally do all this shit talking. Bud is normally the calm one, and then the other fighter is running his mouth, and then Bud goes into the fight and does what he does. But if you notice, Bud is acting like the bitch. You know why? Because at the end of the day, when you fight somebody that's superior to you, you're going to showcase your inferiority. When Bud was doing that talking shit, shut up, bitch, nigga, shut up, bitch, nigga. Da, 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 da. Earl looked at the dude, at his own people and said, you done? Then looked at Bud and said, you done? Because I'm talking right now.
Right. Right.
Y'all don't understand. There's levels. There's so many mental jewels and levels beyond y'all brain cells right now of what Earl did. y'all won't even fathom it until at the end of the fight.
They ain't never did that before, because they not alphas do that, man.
Mm-hmm.
When they feel like they got something to say and they being over talked, they gonna get the wrong, man.
Yep.
Muhammad Ali did that after he beat George Foreman. Everybody was talking and shit. And he's like, man, he's like, check it out, man. Everybody's silence.
Yep.
Then everybody shut the fuck up. He's like, man, don't ever say y'all can defeat me. He started going crazy and shit. But he told everybody, be quiet. He told grown men.
Yep.
He told everybody silence attention. He told these niggas attention. And they shut the fuck up, man.
Yep.
You gotta understand the difference, man. Y'all coming here talking about some shit that's been implanted in y'all head, man.
Yes.
I believe it's gonna be a stoppage. But let's say it's a UD decision for Bud. Some of y'all gonna say Bud got robbed because they already implanted that in your head.
Exactly.
Timothy Bradley already said, I don't think Bud could get a decision in Vegas. So they're happy with that, man. They need to run it back because Bud didn't get a decision.
Wait. Timothy Bradley just said that, but all these weeks building up to the fight, Timothy Bradley was saying he don't know if Earl got the mental capacity to hang with flawless. He called Bud flawless. Like, this motherfucker got no flaws. But now he's basically saying he don't know if Bud's going to get a decision in Vegas. Isn't Vegas a neutral place?
You got to understand. They've been doing that when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, the PBC fighters. They've been putting what top rank uses to stay in the game on the PBC. Top rank needs to cheat with judges. Go to boy cheat with judges. They need to cheat with PEDs. They need to do all the shit. PBC don't.
Yep.
But they put what they do on other people. Timothy Bullethead Bradley has been talking out of both sides of his mouth. On one side, he's been saying Floyd Mayweather is inferior to Terence Bud Crawford. On the other side, he said he don't know if Terence Bud Crawford going to win a decision because Errol Spence might get the decision because he in Vegas. Errol Spence ain't from Vegas. Errol Spence ain't from Vegas.
Yep.
So why would he get the decision?
He went from bullet head to knot head, and them knots that he got from that Provodnikov fight, that shit is starting to show, boy. The signs are showing. Cause that nigga at the end of that fight, that nigga looked like he was damn near on life. He was itching on life and death. So a guy like that was itching on life and death has no room to be talking about somebody that supposedly got boxing skills when your ass don't have no fucking boxing skills. The reason why you say Terence Crawford is nice is because Terence Crawford did you up in sparring, but Terence Crawford's not even nice like that. So what does that say about you? You trip on your shoes. You was fighting Manny Pacquiao and you had an ankle sprain. Don't even get me started with this nigga's footwork. You know, we be clowning Keith Thurman's footwork, but compared to Timothy Bradley, Keith Thurman got fire footwork, man. Let's be honest. Timothy Bradley got like the worst fucking footwork I've ever seen in boxing.
And that's the thing. That's the reason why they come up with so many excuses. Cause they know people, casuals who don't understand boxing. That's all they have to lean on. So a casual will say Floyd waited till Manny took an L. Somebody who actually know boxing knows that Manny ducked Floyd.
Yep.
When Floyd said, you know what, you ain't gonna be able to use PEDs, you're gonna have to take a PED test. All of a sudden, Manny wasn't interested in a fight.
Because he knew he was gonna get exposed. He knew his power was gonna show that it wasn't fucking power.
It wasn't real.
That's why he was like, oh, no blood sample 7 days out. That's because we know you was on some shit.
Floyd Mayweather had doubled Manny's. Floyd Mayweather doubled Manny's biggest purse, $40 million. He said, "I'm gonna wire you $40 million right now." I got that. I can get that to you right now. Manny said no, because he said, "I'm scared of needles."
Yeah.
But wait a minute here. You scared of needles, but you got tattoos.
Exactly.
Hey, what you mean you scared of needles, man?
Exactly. How the fuck did you get tattoos? Then they needle the fuck out your ass.
How you taking all these other blood tests you have to take? Supposedly.
Exactly.
If you scared of needles, the nigga started talking to police because he was like, "Damn, if I got to take these tests, I'm not." And the Olympic style tests are sporadic, so you can't cheat. Because what these cheaters do, they cycle on and off the PED cycles. But when you take the Olympic style test, you can't cheat because you don't know when these niggas gonna pop up. They gonna pop up
Mm-hmm.
sometime during your count,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know when.
Exactly.
But you don't know when. So that's the reason why the motherfucker. That's the reason why they said, "Oh, we'll take the fight," but we have to have an indication when the Olympic guys are coming.
Exactly.
The floor is like, nah. Then it took 2 more years, and then they finally agreed to everything that they said they wasn't going to agree to.
Yep.
So he went from being terrified of needles to all of a sudden he good with everything.
Exactly.
You
Fuck
got
out of here.
to understand one thing, man. You know what happened? He ran out of money.
Yep.
He said, "Fuck it, not I can't cheat this nigga. I'm just gonna fight him. Let's see what
I have
happens."
a whole country. I have a whole country that I gotta pay off and shit like that. Check this out. But that final presser, if you don't know who won after the final presser, I can't even help you out with that shit. Let me break this shit out. Bud was giving y'all projection, man. Projection is basically when you trying to basically, how should I say it, spin off what you feeling in the moment to other people, but that's what you are, and that's what you feeling in the actual moment. I'm just saying it in layman's terms so y'all can get it. Bud was trying to sit there and say, if y'all don't chill out, the room gonna get fucking real dicey real fucking quick. What he was
Yeah,
basically trying to say is this: I'm a dicey nigga. So if y'all don't chill out, I'm gonna start getting dicey.
yeah,
And you could tell that's exactly what ended up happening, because what ended up happening, he started getting into a spat with somebody in the fucking audience. When you are cool, calm, and collected and controlled, and you're a fighter, and you know that you're a fucking fighter, why are you sitting there arguing with somebody that's not even a fighter in the fucking audience? That's not who you fighting with. The reason why he doing that is because he knows that he wants to, in his mind, avoid the fact that, you know what, I got to deal with this motherfucker across the room, because he know he can't get into that argument with that motherfucker, because if he try to get in an argument with that motherfucker, it's over. And you saw what Errol Spence say, put him in the dirt.
a
This is
lot.
when he started getting mad. He started getting mad, saying, "And you ain't gonna put me in no fucking dirt." But you see, he kept being respectful about how he was gonna knock out, even how he was gonna knock out Errol Spence. He was being respectful about that, because he said, "Or if he get out of line, then I'm gonna have to teach him." Earl don't talk about if you get out of line. When they ask Earl, "What you gonna do?" Put him in the dirt. You see the difference?
Right.
One guy knows exactly definitively what the fuck he's gonna do. The other guy sitting there, well, if he get out of line, listen, man. Earl said, "Man, I've been getting out of line all my damn life." Meaning, I'm gonna get on your fucking nerves from the time the bell fucking rings. And here's the thing: Earl Spence has an intimidating stance. When you see that nigga get in that stalking ass high guard, that is a shark. That is a shark coming at you. That nigga getting that high guard, boom, and he starts stalking.
Yeah.
That means he getting ready to fuck your ass up.
Let me interject real quick.
Mm,
So the reason why you seen Bud, what Bud's doing is displays anger. Bud really wants to talk to Errol Spence that way,
yep,
but he can't.
he can't.
And beta males will do this. Even beta males in a troop, what they call chimpanzees troops, beta males in a pride, in a lion pride, they want to act a certain way towards the alpha, but they'll act that way towards like a little like a little lion cub and shit, or they'll act like that with like one of the females and shit. You know what I mean? Cause they can't really act like that with him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, at the end of the day, what Bud was doing, Bud doesn't have an internal drive. He needs an external drive. So
Mm-hmm.
Bud was trying to hype himself up from this fight. And he can't hype himself. Normally he hypes himself up the day before the fight. Bud tried the guy he's getting ready to fight. He does try him. He starts talking crazy, so he'll push him or something. He can't do that with Errol Spence. So Bud used the crowd to hype himself up for the fight. He needs an external drive. That's
Mm.
you know what I mean. And that's the big difference from him. Spence is internally driven. He don't need an external
You
force.
read Bud like a fucking book, bro.
I mean, everybody, man. It's niggas in here that need external drives. That's why they come here to troll to get because they don't feel anything.
Yep.
They're not internally driven. So they come here to
Yep.
get pushed by other men.
Yep.
That's female behavior. That's what females do. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, but that's what Bud is doing. That's why Bud's arguing with people, having whole conversations with people. being disrespectful. It's Errol Spence time to talk. He steady arguing. The reason why he's trying to cut off Errol Spence because when Errol Spence talks, it was condemning him.
Yep.
You got to think about Errol Spence is talking about doing bodily harm to him. He don't necessarily think he can stop that. So
Yep.
it was to the point where he didn't even want to hear Errol Spence say what Errol Spence was going to do. So that's
Yep.
why he was talking over Errol Spence.
Yep.
But you know what I mean? That's the reason why. Because he didn't even
Yep.
want to hear this shit because he doesn't have it up here. He don't believe he can win this fight.
He's not used to any of his fights where he goes into the fight, a fighter is actually superior to him. Every fight that he has fought, he's superior to the fighter. So in his mind, he feels that he can get off and say whatever he wants, but he don't feel like that with Errol the Truth Spence. And that's what he was telling motherfuckers. That's why when Ross was saying from the beginning, he didn't want that free smoke. He didn't want it, man. At the end of the day, like you said, when it's Errol the Truth Spence, it's 100-0. We don't do 50-50 over here, man. Only motherfuckers that do 50-50 are motherfuckers that don't have a nutsack, man. And motherfuckers that don't have balls. Because at the end of the day, win, lose, draw, whatever the fuck, if me and Ross were to lose this shit, we would come on the next day or come on the very next moment and say, damn, we didn't even see this shit happening. We got to give props to the other side. Blah, 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 blah. I don't lose no skin over this shit.
Right.
But in all reality, based on what we've seen over the years, based on the fact that Terence Crawford, Ross said it probably a split second, a minute, a month, a week before I said it, but Ross was the first one to say it. When he said Terence Crawford doesn't want to fight Errol the Truth Spence. And he was right about that shit. Because leading up into this fight, you see that. Mm-hmm. Even in the final presser, you are gonna fight someone. Your testosterone is supposed to be at the highest levels. You're supposed to be putting all of your anger towards the fighter. Errol Spence put all his shit towards Terence Crawford. He's not addressing nobody else. This is why people got to understand fighters fight fighters. Trainers deal with trainers and fans deal with fans. You didn't see what Derrick James did? Derrick James didn't talk to no Terence Crawford. Derrick James won the battle with Bomac. And that's what y'all didn't see. Not only did Errol Spence won the mental battle with Terence Crawford, Derrick James won the mental battle with Bomac. Because Bomac tried to sit here and say, you ain't never been here. Undisputed. Undisputed at 140 is garbage. I'm going to tell y'all that right now.
No, but what is he talking about?
It's garbage.
Derrick James does have an undisputed fighter.
Derrick James was like, I got undisputed with Jamel Charlo. Undisputed at 154 in boxing means way more. They have weight classes for a reason. A higher weight class undisputed means way more than a lower weight class. If you know boxing, you know this shit.
Except for welterweight.
So Jamel Charlo's welterweight, Jamel Charlo's undisputed is 1,000% greater than some fucking 140 undisputed. And on top of that, Derrick James, wasn't he fucking 2022 trainer of the year? Because in 2022, not only did he have an undisputed fighter, he had Errol Spence collect 3 fucking belts.
Right.
He collected the belt from Ugas. So when Bomac tries to sit here and say, well, my fighter did this and my fighter did that, get the fuck out of here, man. Your fighter at welterweight is 7-0. Yes, he's 7-0, but 7-0 with what? Smoke and mirrors opponents. Let's see. He fought Jeff Horn, a lame duck Jeff Horn that he went tooth and nail with.
Right.
Then after he fought that motherfucker, which we know he really didn't beat him. He really didn't beat Manny Pacquiao. Really, Bud should have been fighting Manny Pacquiao at the gate. But you know what Bob Arum did? Bob Arum basically told Bud, you're not ready for Manny Pacquiao. So I'm going to cheat Manny Pacquiao. I'm going to give Jeff Horn the belt. And I want you, Terence Crawford, to be the next one that I give the belt to. Kind of like what he's doing with Devin Haney. He's basically running. You see what they're running with Devin Haney right now? It's the same shit they ran with Terence Bud Crawford. It's the same system that Bob Arum and fucking Top Rank do when they want to hide and they want to make sure that that black fighter that he has stays away from lions, like i.e. Shakur Stevenson, like i.e. Gervonta Tank Davis. We're going to put him in fights like Regis Prograde, like nobody asked for, so that way it can give you that smoke and mirrors of feeling like he's doing something when in actuality he ain't doing shit. Right. But in all essence, then after that, who he goes and fights? After Jeff fucking Horn, Jose Benavidez, one-legged gimp, a one-legged motherfucker. Then he goes fights Glass Chin, Amir Khan. Come on, man. Y'all need to stop the bullshit.
And he struggles with that.
And he fucking struggles. Mean bajeen but goo gageen for kaka the cooker machine.
Like who was
He turns
like
around and fights who else? Fucking Kell Brook, that Earl damaged.
Cal Brook, who was
Earl
fighting,
broke his fucking face.
and he didn't even fight him at 154. He went and
Didn't
made
even
him
fight
one
him
at
at 154.
147.
And that same Kell Brook didn't even have Dominic Ingle in his corner. Nobody talks about these things. How is a fighter? That's not even legal. What Bob Arum did, Bob Arum should be fucking sued. How you gonna have a fighter fight Terence Crawford? This is how you know Terence Crawford smoking mirrors. And Kell Brook don't even have his trainer in his corner. He didn't even have his promoter. Eddie Hearn was like, fuck this shit. I already know this fight is over with. Fuck the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And people forget when Kell Brook went and fought Triple G, it was to duck Errol Spence. Because his mandatory was Errol Spence at IBF. But he was like, nah, I don't want to fight this motherfucker. Fuck him. So I'm going to go up there and dare to be stupid, get his face broken by Triple G. But then Errol Spence turns around and breaks the whole other fucking face.
Yep.
And then he goes and fights who? Sean Porter? That Errol Spence already fucking washed? Did you guys see Sean Porter against Sebastian Formella? If you can't tell me that Sean Porter was not washed, right after the Errol Spence fight in his two fight. This was a fighter they gave Sean Porter for Sean Porter to win, and he almost lost that fight. Come on, man. The nigga was washed. And then he starts his camp with Bud with his baby in his hand. That's some shit that me and Tom Ross would do. Like, come on, regular dudes do this shit, right? You got your punching bag right outside your patio in your house, and you got your baby in one hand, and you say, I'm training for a world-class fight.
I wouldn't even do no shit like that.
That nigga was washed.
Not on top of that, that's why I knew he was gonna lose.
So who the fuck trains for a world-class fight with a baby in their hand, and then they punch in the punching bag on another hand, and you can hear his strength and conditioning coach saying, what are you doing? In the background, he's telling him, what are you doing?
Right.
It's because physically he can't do what he did before because he was washed.
Mentally, he didn't even want to get up for that fight, but he had to get up for that fight because now he was being used as a prop tool to keep the Spence Crawford fight alive.
Spence already retired him. Spence already retired him in the podcast. He was already pre-retired.
He was already retired, but then they like, hey, we need you to take this fight, but they got nobody else to fight, and just gonna help build a fight for Spencer. He had to take that fight.
Exactly.
But when you look at the fight, he never got stopped. At no point was Porter was never hurt in that fight, not once. They just stopped the fight out of nowhere.
They just stopped it.
I was like, man.
And even Porter told you, he said, when I fought Bud, I didn't feel shit.
Yeah.
But you know, when he said that about Spence, we know he was lying because then he turned around and said, but you know, there was outside reasons of why I stopped fighting. We know what the outside reasons was. Spence punished your ass, man. And then you go try to use Berto. Come on, Berto was a fight that you was headbutting Berto. You was taking advantage of him. How was that your hardest fight? Like, people act like people that are deep thinkers cannot really see what is for what is. Sean Porter was the weakest WBC champion ever. He lost to Urdenis Ugas. Should have his belt. Urdenis Ugas technically should have had 2 fucking belts.
It's one weaker. Paulie Malignaggi was weaker.
Yeah, that nigga was weaker. That nigga was weaker.
And the weak ones are the ones that's forever bitter. They forever bitter, man. Paulie and Sean Porter are the most bitter. Yes. They're the most bitter I ever fucking seen, bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm tired of this. This is what I'm tired of. I'm tired of the fact that Sean Porter is so insecure, and Sean Porter is so in his shit. He's one of those dudes. It's gonna take him 100 years before he finally admits, because you can hear the truth in what he's saying when he has moments where he's vulnerable. Like one time he was vulnerable and he said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Errol Spence is stronger than Terence Crawford." Like they caught him on a good day. He was like, I'm not gonna lie, man. Errol Spence took more out of me. I'm like, damn, did he actually say that? Right. Like they had to catch him on a good day for him to say that. He's one of those dudes. It's gonna take him 100 years before he tells the truth, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad, but that's the reality of it, man. It's sad that it has to be like that, but that's what it's gonna be with Sean Porter, man. One day they're gonna put a camera on him, and we're not gonna know what's going on, and he's not gonna know that he's being filmed, and then he's gonna be in the background saying, "Man, I got this injury from the Spence fight that I haven't recovered from, and it's been like 10 fucking years." And then that shit gonna go viral. And then that's when everybody's gonna be like, well, damn, he talking cash money shit. He's saying Spence didn't do this, then Spence didn't do that. But we got a video of him talking about he still ain't recovered from an injury that he got in the Spence fight. One day
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna happen to him. Because let me tell you something: what you do in the dark always gets revealed in the light. So you could sit there and lie. You could sit there and be insecure. You could sit there and be miserable. You could sit there and be mad. It's always going to be revealed, man. So Sean Porter, stop being insecure. Stop being bitter. Kell Brook, stop being insecure. Stop being bitter. Why did it take your grandmother? His grandmother was sitting right next to him, and she had no chill. I respect her 1,000% over him. They asked her who's gonna win the fight. You know what she said? Oh, Spence. She said it. She said it without even. You could tell her gum. You know how when somebody got the dentures and shit. The dentures are like they were about to come out. She said Spence, and you could see Kell Brook got mad when she immediately said that because
Right.
his mind. You gotta understand when somebody got beat up the way they got beat up by that opponent, and then the fact that your family member is acknowledging that you got beat up by that opponent
Mm-hmm.
because they're automatically mentioning the name. So now it made him have to be diametrically opposed, even though he knows that the right answer should be in my fight against Spence. Spence was the bigger, stronger fighter, and you saw what he did to me. Like, be honest. You saw what he did to me.
Right.
That should be the natural response. And say this is why I believe Errol Spence is going to win this fight because look at what he did to me versus look at what he did to Terence Crawford. Sean Porter should be saying the same thing too. Me and Errol Spence had a phone booth fight, and Errol Spence beat me at my own game. To me, that's more impressive. He beat me at my own game. Remember, tactical aggression versus ineffective aggression. He beat me
Mm-hmm.
at my own game versus this guy right here. I didn't even damn near train 10%, and I wasn't even hurt. Like, be honest. These guys, they like to lie.
The thing about Porter is either he has brain damage or he just lives his life in delusion. Because Porter says the opposite every time he talks about Spence.
Yep.
Every time he talks about Crawford, he said the opposite. One time he said, "Man, Crawford really has power, man. Like he has a power that's like a whip." And another time he talks about Crawford, he'll be like, I didn't really feel his power." Da, da, da. And then he said Spence has a thudding power, a thud. Then he's like, Spence's power is not really crazy like that. Like, dude is not credible at all. He's really,
No, he ain't.
yeah, he's a disgrace, really, bro. Low
You
key.
know what that is? It's basically punch drunkenness. See, when you get beat up
Yeah,
and you start having punch drunken behavior, you start sounding like you bipolar, man. Have you ever listened to James Toney talk? One second he'll talk some fire shit. The next second he'll talk some slurry shit. Like
that's
it's
why.
back and forth, man.
That's why I keep telling people James Tony did not have a good defense. It
No, he
looked
did.
good, but he just get caught too much. That's why he's talk like that.
So he should never say that his Philly show was better than Floyd, because the proof
Right? You
the
know what
proof
I'm
is in the
saying?
pudding.
It's in the pudding. This dude be saying some of the dumbest shit in the world. Like, but here's the thing, y'all get ready for this, because Spence, not only Spence going to win, he's going to dominate. And with
Yep.
Spence winning, when he dominates, people do not like being wrong. People they speak out of ego and not out of truth. They're going to be the ones that create the narratives and the excuses for Bud. If this fight would have happened 5 years ago, Bud would have won. Basically,
Mhm.
I refuse to admit that I'm wrong. Bud, something was wrong with Bud. Bud had on a hoodie. I don't like the fact that he had on the hoodie. I refuse to admit that I'm wrong. I think Bud was having problems making the weight. Why the fuck would he even have problems making the weight? You little as hell. I refuse. That's basically I refuse to admit I'm wrong. So now you make excuses, so you don't have to admit that you was wrong. So you have to admit you was wrong. So you have to. So you have to keep that coming, man. It's kind of like the narrative. The narrative to me, ESPN made that Floyd Duck Thurman, like that narrative. They refused to admit they was wrong that Manny Pacquiao was going to beat Floyd, so now they had to make a new narrative. Now Floyd ducking Thurman when Floyd already said he was retiring.
Exactly.
How can I dunk you when I'm getting ready to retire, dude? I'm at the end of my career, and then you come and you fight the guy that I smoke and you lose.
Yep.
So how dunk you? You lost to an old Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta understand the narratives aren't made for the people who really understand boxing. The narratives are made for the beta males. Yep. The narratives are made for the people who don't understand boxing, the casuals, because they don't understand. Boxing's too intricate for them to understand. They need something very simple to digest. And what's simple is, this guy ducked this guy because he didn't fight him.
Yep.
One guy is not even a champion. The other guy has been the lineal champion 5 fucking times and on his way out. That's not a duck. He's gone. It's over with. He fucked the guy. They said everybody was gonna beat him, and he smoked him easy. The fight's over with. And then he gave him an ultimatum. He said, "Listen, if you beat this guy, because you have no business trying to fight me. I'm Floyd Mayweather Jr. I'm fighting people who actually done something in the sport. So if you fight another nigga that ain't did shit in the sport yet, like Errol Spence, or you beat Errol Spence, then I'll fight you."
Because you know why Floyd does that? Because Floyd does the ultimate, and Earl's going to get to that level where he starts having that Floyd cachet. Floyd does the ultimate A-side thing. See, people always talk about A-side. Floyd does the ultimate A-side. The ultimate A-side thing is, before you get me, you got to beat somebody that I choose that you should fight. If you can get past this person, then you could come see me. But Floyd is well within his right to do that because he's earned that right to do that in the sport.
The thing is, it was just that's not even a strategy. That's just the facts. Why are you trying to fight me? And you're at the bottom. I'm at the top. At this time, when he was trying to fight Floyd, Floyd didn't even have, when he first started calling Floyd name out, Floyd didn't even have the Pacquiao fight yet. I'm trying to get the last fight of my career, and you're talking about fight two. Well, I'm going to go backwards.
Exactly. No, I'm not saying that from a ducking standpoint. What I'm saying is you got to earn the right to fight Floyd.
I know you're not saying that from a ducking standpoint. Well, I'm saying it's not even a strategy. He shouldn't even be calling out Floyd to begin with.
Exactly. Because he hasn't earned that right. He hasn't earned that right to have that fucking fight.
Yeah, why are you trying to call out Floyd when you should be working your way up the ladder? He didn't get his first belts until Floyd retired. And he got his first belt by fighting for a vacant belt. Like Keith Thurman wasn't even a real champion like that. And then he fights Pacquiao and he loses. Floyd would have been wasting his time fighting him, man.
Exactly.
They'd have been holding him up for the Pacquiao fight. Because now Pacquiao got to wait to after he fight this dude. These guys got to get on the same schedule before they can make the fight. That's why it took so long for Spence to fight. Because he realized every time he took a fight, that Crawford would then schedule a fight right after the Spence fight, so they'll never get on the same. Crawford was trying to duck Spence for real. Crawford was making sure that he never was on the same.
He wasn't trying to clean that his side of the street up. He was just basically trying to wait until Spence moved the fuck up.
But what I'm talking about on this level is he wasn't trying to get on Spence's schedule either, so they was ever free at the same time. Exactly. Soon as Spence get a fight, Crawford wouldn't wait till after his fight. Crawford, soon as Spence get a fight, and Spence after Spence finna get ready to have his fight, then Crawford will announce a fight with somebody else, so they can never get on the same fucking schedule and shit. Like Crawford's terrified right now, man. That's what y'all saying. I think that Crawford, they ain't making a weight, none of that shit. Crawford is terrified. It's all on his face. It was even a moment during that press conference where Crawford was like this, praying, man. Like he praying to God. like he praying, man.
Emotional damage. Y'all gonna hear me say
Yeah,
this shit throughout the live. Emotional damage.
right. Yeah.
Ooh, that motherfucker's emotional right now. Emotional damage.
That's why he looking like that, man. That's why he looking like that. Cause thing is, this how I know it's true. I've seen it happen on others, and it's happened to me before. People like, "Hey, man, you good?" That's because I was like, "Damn." And I actually did good in the fight, but it was a nigga that used to whoop everybody. And the nigga was like, "Man, I'm whooping your ass at the school." I was like, "Damn, I don't know if I can whoop this nigga."
Yeah,
And I'm thinking I look normal, and other niggas like, "Man, you good?" That's because I don't look the same. It's
exactly.
kind of like the movie The Wood when she's like, "My brother
Mm-hmm.
gonna beat your ass after school." My brother Stacy, there, he's like, "Who's Stacy?" He's like, "Man, that
Mm-hmm.
nigga a big blood. He a OG." Da da da.
Yep.
He's like,
Yep.
"Man, nobody fuck with Stacy." So that nigga was just looking
Mm-hmm.
at the clock like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what y'all saying. Ain't nothing wrong with Bud, man. Ain't nothing physically wrong with Bud. Bud in his mind right now. He lost in his mind right now. That's why he's taking it out on everybody. He's frustrated because he's like, damn, man, the jig is up. The jig is up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now he got to pay the piper. The jig is up. He ain't even get tough. He all that shit he was talking about. He ain't get tough for Errol Spence not one time. But he was getting tough
Mm-hmm.
Tony with niggas in the crowd, like real tough Tony.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, this shit don't look good for Bud, man.
Mm-hmm. Emotional damage.
Emotional, and I can't let it go. That nigga's a Carl Thomas shit right now.
Why you think me and Ross are so cool, calm, and collected? Because we called this shit, man. We told you this was gonna be. We as the fight draws closer. Me and Ross have been preparing y'all mind. What did we tell y'all? Anxiety and depression. We be always. If y'all listen to us and y'all don't start going around all these cockroaches and y'all don't start
Bro,
going around all these opera singers and y'all really take in what we say, y'all gonna always be confident all the way through it through. Y'all don't need these false reassurances because we told you this week.
that nigga emotional, man.
Emotional. Yeah.
You gotta stop it. You can't play it all because then they'll flag the
Yeah, they gonna
live.
flag
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm glad you played that Carl Thomas dog because at the end of the day, emotional.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand. You gotta understand how many niggas want. So many people that want Crawford to miss weight.
Oh
They want
shit.
him to. They want him to miss weight.
Uh-huh.
They want him to miss weight because they think that's gonna stop the fight. It don't matter if Crawford miss weight or not. The fight still go on. Something might be fishy with the belts because he might not be able to put his belt up, which will fuck up the undisputed. But the fight
Yep.
go on. Y'all want
Yep.
Crawford not to take the deep down. It's niggas, and I seen this shit on Facebook. It niggas said, man, I feel like crying right now because I don't want these guys to fight, man. I don't want these guys to fight because man, it's going to be a loser. And then when I went to dude page, he was a Bud Crawford fan.
That's why.
Bud Crawford fans are scared. They do not want this fight to happen. They're
They don't
saying all
want to
type
see
of shit.
Bud. They don't want to see Bud. This is what they want to see. They don't want to see Bud bent over. They don't want to see Bud on the floor. They don't want to see Bud getting fucked up. That's what they don't want to see, man. They know.
A down on bended knee. I made a video.
And that's why they looking at all the outliers with did Bud miss weight? Did Bud do this? Did Bud do that? Because at the end of the day, everybody's focusing on everything outside of the fight. So I think Ross, you need to ask the fucking question again because we need to focus on the question at hand. We need to focus
Yep.
on the question at hand, man. Y'all need to focus on the fucking fight. Stop focusing on all these outliers. The fight is here. Like Derek James said, man, the talking is done with. It's done and it's over with. Now it's about the fucking fight. So stop the cap. Stop the bullshit. Stop the nonsense. Because at the end of the day, here's the fucking question. Y'all need to answer the damn question. What round will Errol Spence stop Bud Crawford? Like, let's hit the nail on the coffin, man. Let's hit it on the fucking head and let's get to the point. Because right now, everybody can see how this fight is going to play out. Even in your mind, you can consign to see it. You look at the final presser and you're like, damn, Errol Spence is the calm before the fucking storm. And Terence Crawford is unraveling emotionally. Oh, yeah, it's on and it's popping. And Terence Crawford is gonna get knocked the fuck out. That's exactly what's about to happen.
Motherfucker said there's no 50-50 for me. I'm going with Crawford by split decision. Split decision is basically the fight could have went any way. That's down there.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like basically saying 50-50.
Right. That's down there a draw, man.
That means you still low key giving Spence respect.
Yes. Bud about to get fucking what? Bud about to get fucking steamrolled, man.
Yeah, man, he about to get bull fucking dosed.
That's what y'all not understanding, man. But Bud been looking good against so many B level, C level fighters.
Go ahead, Rose. I just got some clothes I gotta put in the dryer real quick.
Bud been looking good against so many B level, C level fighters for so fucking long that y'all really think that he liked that. Y'all don't never take into consideration his level, his competent level of competition. Think about it, man. Who did he beat to become a champion at 147? Who did he beat? Jeff fucking Horn. His hardest fights, he said his career was Gamboa and fucking Benavidez. Listen, he's not even qualified to even be in the ring with Errol Spence. This is a formality. This is a formality. It's a formality. Hell no. Ain't no if. If a dog had a square ass, it'll shit fucking bricks. Ain't no if, man. If it was the fifth, we'd all be drunk, man. If it was the fifth, we'll all be fucking drunk. It's stoppage time, man. It's stoppage time. And that's what you're seeing right now, man. Bud gonna go in there, and you're gonna see Bud ain't gonna even. It's either two things he's gonna do. He either gonna try to survive the whole fight and just cover up, like how Mikey Garcia did, so he didn't get knocked out, or you're gonna see Bud not even try to box, just coming there swinging for the fences. That's what you're gonna see. Bud just swinging wild for the fences, saying fuck it, and get stopped in like 6 rounds or some shit. But you're gonna see a difference in the way Bud's fight, because Bud don't even think he could win this fight, man. That boy unraveling, man. He emotionally in distress. He in emotional distress and emotional anguish right now, man. Because everything that Bud Crawford fans been saying all about to unfold, and they're all about to look stupid as fuck. They hated on it. Because there ain't no Bud Crawford fans. They just hate Errol Spence. They just hate Errol Spence. There ain't no Bud Crawford fans. They just hate Errol Spence. So the next person Errol Spence get ready to fight, they're gonna root for him. They're gonna keep doing that, like how they did Floyd. Why you think Floyd was getting all every time he had these big fights, he was making all this money? Because Floyd was the only one with the real fans. Think about it. Pacquiao didn't make no money like that before he fought Floyd. Pacquiao wasn't making shit like that before he fought Floyd. He ain't really had no fans. Yeah, Bud ain't physically drained. Y'all steady trying to give Bud an excuse for losing. Bud ain't drained. His body is straight. He look healthy. He look good. He look good hitting the pads. He looks strong. He look alert. Bud is mentally stressed. He's stressed, man. He going through it. Bud got the look. I don't know how many of y'all had daddies or had uncles and shit, but Bud got the look that a nigga get when their mama tell them that their uncle finna come over and whoop them, or their daddy finna come home and whip them. Niggas stop playing at everything. They just sit on the couch the whole time and look stupid because they know their father coming. You can't eclipse somebody who beat you and is a fighter of that decade. You can't eclipse somebody who's a fighter of your decade that you was in and that beat you easy. You could never eclipse them. It's the reason why Manny Pacquiao's name is never mentioned with the greats, but Floyd Mayweather's name is mentioned at the top. Floyd Mayweather's name is mentioned at the top. Manny Pacquiao's name is never mentioned when it comes to the greatest of all times. Never. Only Max Kellerman said that shit. Never. It's a difference, man. It's levels. Manny Pacquiao will never be on Floyd's level. Ever. Floyd even told him that. Floyd told him that, man. Everybody know that. Hell no, you must be a Filipino saying that stupid shit. Manny Pacquiao is the most overrated fighter of all time. Floyd showed you how overrated he was when he beat him easy. When Floyd beat him easy, man, Floyd showed you that Manny Pacquiao was overrated as fuck. Everybody know that, man.
Emotional damage.
Y'all see this, man? Whose name is that right there, man?
Greatest up.
Where Pacquiao at? Pacquiao ain't in there because he ain't whooped nobody. They talking about Pacquiao was an eight-time weight class champion, all that shit. Pacquiao never even unified any belts, man. This nigga never had more than one belt at a time.
Here's my thing.
He was never a real champion.
Yeah, but here's my thing, and this is the thing that makes me laugh my ass off. Didn't they fight each other? And what did Floyd do to Pacquiao? So end the discussion.
Easy.
What are we talking about?
Easy. You like he was in there with an amateur. Floyd like he's in there with somebody he was trying to teach how to fight. That's what he look like, man. That's what he look like. Floyd like he was in there with somebody whom he was trying to show like footwork and shit. Like, man, this is how you move, blase, blase, da da da. Like he was sparring. That's how much better Floyd was over Manny. He was dominant over Manny. Dominant. Manny won shit without those steroids, boy. Never was shit, never gonna be shit. You see what Ugas did to him?
Exactly.
See what Ugas did to him?
At the end of the day, motherfuckers need to understand this shit. Like, didn't they fight against each other?
Yeah. Stop putting Booth's name in the same sentence with Errol Spence, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because Crawford would beat Boots. He won't beat
probably. Yeah.
But after this fight, Crawford won't be able to beat nobody probably. But if Crawford was fighting Boots right now, I'll have Crawford.
Yeah, I'd pick Crawford too.
I'll have Crawford.
Because Crawford said out of his own mouth, Boots reminds me of me. So yeah, if Crawford was fighting Boots right now before Spence, I'd pick Crawford all day.
I'll pick Crawford easy. I'll pick Crawford by KO actually.
Yeah, by KO actually. Because as Boots go up competition, he's like Terence Crawford. As they go up competition, they get more and more exposed. But Crawford's just a more seasoned version of him. So Crawford should KO him.
But people
like
don't
Boots
realize
is not nice like that. Spence damaged Chris Van Heater and prepared him for the slaughter for Boots, and Boots couldn't even knock him out. Boots couldn't even knock out Chris Van Heater. That's the problem with boxing casual. Right. Like he couldn't even knock out Chris Van Heater and that Spence flatline.
Yeah.
Like if Boots wanted to show me he was impressive, he should have said, "Oh, okay, they gave me a Spence pushover. I'm gonna get this nigga out in one round." Then I'd have been like, "Oh, okay, all right, this nigga's deadly." But Spence already flatlined Chris Van Heater, and then you go in a draw. Come on, man. I've been saying this for the longest. Niggas in Philly are disappointing. You don't ever leave niggas in Philly to handle heavyweight work. They will disappoint you. Go look at Stephen Fulton. He went over there and he was a big fucking disappointment. Like Uncle Donald Brown said, international affairs, you need to lead that to Texas. Texas is the heavyweight for that shit. Right. And I knew what he meant. Basically, he was talking about Smith and fucking Kell, bro. Lead that shit to Texas. If you from Philly, you don't need to be doing outside work.
People don't realize
he said he knew he should have came to the States.
they're building they're building Boots the same way they built Crawford. He's fighting B level, C level fighters. Once Boots start
Exactly.
fighting real fighters, he gonna take an L.
He gonna get exposed.
He gonna get exposed. He's not
And
being number two.
I'm glad somebody mentioned it by saying Boots fails to cut off the ring and he can't negate a headbutt. Facts.
Yeah,
And that's why it was a fucking draw. See, if Boots is serious, all Boots got to do is go to 154 and fight Spence. After Spence mangles Terence Crawford, Steven Espinoza low key told y'all what is going to happen in this fight. You remember when they put the mic on Steven Espinoza? He said, "I went to the 21 Savage and I went to the Drake concert." He said they have 54 dates. He said Spence versus Crawford only has one date. You're only going to see it one time. It's only going to be a one-time event. But notice they keep telling you rematch clause and all this. But if you read behind the lines of what Steven Espinoza is telling you, you could kind of put two and two together. You're only going to see this one time. It's a one-time event. So you better make sure you don't miss July 29th because you're only going to see it one time. Meaning what he's saying is Spence is going to punish Terence Crawford. Then he's going to move up to 154. So when he goes up to 154, if Boots is about that life, y'all keep talking about Boots. Boots need to go meet his ass at 154. Hasn't he already fought a few times at 154? Go meet him at 154. But watch, he's not going to do it. He's using Spence as a strategy to clout chase. Because once Spence go up to 154, he's going to stay his rabbit ass at 147. We already know the game, man. We know how boxing works.
You've been using Spence. He's been using these guys' names to promote his fights. Then when he get on the jack with them, he don't do shit but hold their dick the whole time.
Exactly.
He got on the jack with Errol Spence, then he asked for a fight.
Exactly. Was a fucking groupie.
What the fuck is that? Then he got on the jack with Terence Crawford, then he asked for no fight. He just be talking.
And when you let Terence Crawford out, and when you let Terence Crawford clown you, that's a bad place to be at. Because Terence Crawford ain't even fired like that with clowning people. That was a bad place to be. I was like, you had an opportunity to be on the phone with these guys and really show your ass and really have a moment where you just talk cash money shit. And you couldn't even do that. You was acting like a groupie to both of them. So really, is he deserving of these fights? I think he gets off on hearing every time he fights when people say Boots look good, so he should fight Spencer Crawford. I think he gets off on that shit, man. Like, that's not going to get you no closer to a fight. It's not going to get you a fight. Focus on your peers, Virgil Ortiz's of the world, Gary Antoine Russell. Focus on your fucking peers, man.
Right. This motherfucker talking about Hopkins was, man. When did Hopkins retired, man?
Exactly.
Hopkins' last fight was what? Down there 10 years ago.
Exactly.
I swear, man. Some of these dudes are fucking mentally retarded.
And Hopkins never went. And Hopkins never went internationally to go fight someone.
Right.
So stop it. We're talking about. We're talking about.
And if he did, he lost.
Yeah.
Because I think that's when, I don't know. Did he go over international to fight Kovalev and get knocked out the ring?
No, that wasn't international. That was here in the States.
Was it? Yeah. So put it this way: anytime he fought somebody international, he got stopped.
Yeah.
So the same thing applies to him, man. He should never took that fight. So he folded too.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Bring up Bernard Hopkins. That shit means something to me.
Yeah. And please, and the greatest guy that y'all want to claim, Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier lost most of the times to Muhammad Ali too. So there you go. Like, he beat Muhammad Ali, but he lost most of the times. Like, didn't they fight 3 times? He lost most of the time. So there you go. Let's have at it. So this is what I'm trying to tell you when I say Philly motherfuckers. Philly motherfuckers, you can't trust them at the highest levels. They will always disappoint you. I don't know what it is about that stock, but they will disappoint you, like Meek Mill. They will get back to back by Drake. Like, you can't trust Philly niggas at the highest levels. Y'all need to understand that. And Boots is a Philly nigga. That's why I don't trust him. Because all they do is this. Until somebody punch him in their mouth. Mike Tyson said the greatest thing ever. Everybody got a game plan until they get punched in the fucking mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit is so true. Every time these Philly niggas get punched in the mouth, what happens to them? And I'm going to leave it at.
Man, Joe Frazier gets all the respect. He gets
Yeah,
all the
Joe
respect.
Frazier gets respect. He gets
I
respect.
won't even bunch him in no. I won't even put him in no bunch with the rest. I won't even put Bernard Hopkins in the bunch with the rest of the people. But the problem is y'all misunderstand simple ass points.
Yep.
Somebody talk about current Philly fighters. Y'all
Yep.
bring up fucking old ass legends that ain't fought in decades.
Exactly.
Have some type of then y'all make us have to revisit their lowest points.
Yep.
Stop doing that. Stop bringing them up.
Exactly.
Joe Frazier is one of the greatest who ever did it. But when you
One of the
bring him
greatest.
up and say this guy's the exception, this guy's not even in the conversation. But now that you brought him up, he lost two out of
Exactly.
three to Ali.
Exactly. That's what we got to do.
So stop doing that.
So stop
Joe,
doing that.
stop bringing Joe Frazier in the conversation.
Yeah. And God rest his soul. You know. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I'm glad Ross said that. See, every time y'all do that, y'all gonna always get checkmated by us. But Ross is the ultimate chess player, so you try to shit with him, he gonna always checkmate you. It is what it is. So the point is this: we don't trust Philly niggas at the highest levels because they always get thrashed, and that's why I said Jaron Ennis, the best thing for his career after this Terence Crawford fight, you're gonna see he's not even gonna call out. He's not even gonna call out Errol Spence after this Terence Crawford fight. He's gonna know fucking better. He gonna know fucking better. Cause he can be like, okay, well, Terence Crawford said I'm another version of him, and Terence Crawford just fucking got beat the shit out of him. So why am I even trying to call this motherfucker out? I'm this shit alone. And you're gonna start seeing this shit is gonna just die off. All you're gonna see is every time they mention Jaron Ennis about Errol Spence, he's gonna say, man, I have none but respect for Errol Spence. That's how he's gonna start talking from here on out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed, man. At the end of the day, I don't know what keep happening to the status. I keep putting it up, and you keep clicking off of it. What round?
Hakeem Delph Hakeem Delph sent us $10 cash out. Salute to you, man.
Wait.
He said, and we're gonna read his comment. He said, for Derek James tells Bomac he needs help training. Damn right. Bomac got how many motherfuckers in his camp that he's training? And this is why you know that Derek James is a superior trainer. How many motherfuckers Bomac got as trainers? Derek James is just one fucking trainer.
Like six.
Like fucking six. And Derek James mentioned that. Like, you got six motherfuckers. I'm just one. So what the fuck?
Nah, Boost ain't calling out Spence. Because Spence moving to 154.
Yeah, exactly.
So only way Boost calling out Spence is just to promote his next fight.
Exactly.
That's not a real call out. When somebody said after this fight they're done at a weight class, it's hard for me to make the weight. That's it. Y'all want the worst thing to happen to y'all want this to happen to Boots, not realizing you're asking for the end of his career.
Exactly.
Let Boots be at 147. Maybe he could run it.
Yep.
But him fighting Errol Spence, nothing gonna happen with him getting stopped.
Exactly.
That's what was gonna happen.
Yep.
Him getting the shit beat out of him. He barely handling these guys he's fighting now.
Yeah.
How the fuck you gonna handle Errol Spence Jr.? Errol Spence Jr. is the king of the division.
Exactly.
When you got 3 or more belts, you the king. Period.
Exactly.
So, like, nah.
And Errol Spence ain't even stunned him like that because they asked Errol Spence about him. He said, yeah, the kid's nice. But and then they said, would you fight him? He said, yeah, if the money's right, I'll fight anybody. Basically, he's letting the world know, yeah, put him on the chopping block. Put his ass on the chopping block, but not at 147. After this fight,
fight him.
After this fight,
yeah,
he's moving up to 154.
154. You come up to 154 and get touched up.
That's it.
Yeah.
And now he gonna be in Spencer's way for undisputed at 154. Yeah, he getting man down. He gonna get strap season. Like, come on, he's gonna be man fucking down. Y'all need to understand what it is. Spence gonna be even stronger at 154. Spence is gonna be even more hydrated. Come on, man, you gonna get an even stronger Spence, man. A more durable Spence, a more powerful Spence. Like 154 is probably gonna be. Me and Ross has debated back and forth. Ross has said probably 160, and I could see 162. But man, I think 154 is probably going to be some of the greatest performances we ever seen from him. But I also agree with Ross. I think 160, you're going to start seeing Spence really like get into his groove. Because at 160, he's going to really feel like he's not really having to cut like that because in these walkarounds now, right before he cuts off, isn't he like in the mid 160s?
Right.
So at 160, that's why I could see what Ross is saying. At 160, he's gonna probably only need to drop 4 or 5 fucking pounds. Like that shit is crazy. He's only gonna need to drop like 4 or 5 pounds. So that shit would be crazy.
Yeah. People come in here doing all type of stupid shit. What is he writing?
Yeah, what the fuck are you writing, man? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Now that they know Spence about to get stopped, now they just come to the chat just to fucking distract the chat, man. Delete these guys.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, go ahead and delete these guys from the chat. They just type it.
There you go. I'm glad you said that. You know, once Ross say that shit, man, we got to do it. Yeah, he's the co-owner of these lives. Once he said, got to do it. These niggas are emotional. Damn.
You need baby Carl Thomas's. Carl Thomas was a man in high school, boy.
Yes, he was, boy. My favorite song from that motherfucker is Summer Rain, boy.
I remember Summer Rain. I remember that. I remember when he basically was telling the bitch that he fell in love with her, but she's going back to her family.
Yeah.
What was the name of that song?
Oh,
yeah. I wish I never met her at all.
I wish I never met her.
You did that like you found like a musician would have did what you did.
Yeah.
You did the melody.
The melody, yep.
Like most people would have.
I knew once I did that, it would have. You see, our generation, we just need a little bit to know what the fuck we talking about, man.
Yeah. But basically, when I knew I was going to be caking for the night, I always put on like some R&B in the background. Yeah. That should keep you in the
It keep you in that mood. It keep you in that zone, bud.
There's only 2 moves you can cake. You have to be sleepy, like barely sleepy, because your voice is different, or you got to have that music on.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Get everything set.
You talking about our generation, man. These youngins don't know that shit, bro.
Most of these youngins, they don't even like girls.
Oh yeah, that's right. Big time room 720. They like Bud packages.
Like me, I used to be in my niggas all day, but then I used to always dip off too.
Let me go grab this coffee while you talking.
Like, I dap niggas. I'm gonna be back in an hour. Where you going? Like, man, I'm hungry. I go dip off and go hang out with a shorty. You know what I'm saying? I could, you know what I mean? But this generation here, all they do is hang out with niggas and kill each other. That's all this generation do, man. Hang out with niggas, kill each other, and they all run trains on the same girl. Like, bro, that train shit supposed to be out the window. You probably do that shit once or twice, and after that, it gets to the point where you like, this shit low key gay.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Big Tyrone 720 probably been doing that so much because he got a chick in the background. He probably been doing that shit so much that it was like, man.
He started looking at the niggas.
He started looking at the packages and be like, man, Bud got a big package. So, you know, because he got a big package, he gonna do some things against Spence. And then we started realizing, oh, he ain't the only Bud Man fan saying this. Because then he turned around and said, man, he tried to lump us into the cold. Even to the point where a 59-year-old dude had to come in and be like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about with meat riding or meat packs. He was like, man, you remember back in the day, dudes used to be meat riding each other, meat packing each other. Like, this dude had to come in and be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's like, where you from? Meat packing and meat riding. We don't do no meat packing.
Meat checks. Meat checks.
Meat checks.
And when I called him out on what he really was talking about, he said, nah, we used to tap each other on the. I know that, but he wasn't talking about that. He was talking about pulling out some shit and comparing it. These niggas back doing the shit again.
There you go. Let's get their ass back.
No, I thought delete these niggas. Don't no timeouts. You gotta understand. Me personally, Star Power, I wouldn't even allow him to come. He comes here just to be a disturbance. He don't even come here to reason like men. He come here saying stupid shit like Manny Pacquiao's a girl.
All right, there you go.
Any nigga saying Manny Pacquiao is the GOAT, they
Damn.
not serious,
See,
man.
we timed you out. We timed you out. Now we put you. We ban you. Now we ban you. The timeout is the beginning. The banning is the second. So when you come in, wipe your feet. We don't care if you're indifferent with us, but just be masculine about the indifference. Don't come in with some bullshit, man.
But thing is, why fire somebody? Why fire somebody who got you this far? If Crawford
But here's
loses,
the thing.
he should retire.
Yes,
Not
but
fight
here's the
Bowman.
thing. He is
He's
gonna
not getting no
lose.
better.
He is gonna lose. And guess what? You know what, Ross? That's an actual possibility that's actually gonna happen because you know why? That would be what Bomac fucking deserves. You know, let me tell you why. Because Bomac always be talking his ass into shit that what's that term Floyd used to always say? Signing a check that your ass can't cash. He be always signing a fucking check that his ass can't fucking cash. So I could see that shit happening. Because you know why Bomac would be fired? Because Bomac was never honest with Terence Crawford. Bomac is also a low key like Bob Arum. You know, he always be building up Terence Crawford ego, always making Terence Crawford seem like he's more than he is. Never being honest with him and saying, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. You only look so good because of the level of competition that you fought. See, trainers are supposed to be honest with their fighters. And he's never been honest with them. So low key, he deserved to be fired. Because Derrick James is always honest with Errol Spence.
No. And I'm gonna disagree with this. I'm gonna disagree with this because him firing Bomac will say Bomac is the reason why he lost.
Yeah.
That's what that would mean. Well, really, you lost because you was always gonna lose. You was never gonna beat Errol Spence, man.
But you know, Derrick James gonna run with that one. But you see Bomac getting fired, he's gonna say, you see, these motherfuckers had 6 fucking trainers. And he still got fired. I can see Derrick James like talking cash money shit. And over here, we only got 1 trainer. Like Derrick James will be pumping his chest if some shit like that happened, man.
Yes,
that shit would be funny.
Yes, but that would be his way of basically. That would be his way of basically copping a plea, saying, "Man, if I would have had a better trainer, I would have won." No trainer would have been able to get him to the point where he could beat Errol Spence.
Facts.
He's not good enough, man. The problem is y'all look at him and y'all think Floyd Mayweather. Yep. That's the problem.
He ain't Floyd.
That's the biggest problem with Bud fans. Y'all look at Bud, y'all see Floyd Mayweather. Well, you should not be thinking about Floyd Mayweather. When
you shouldn't be thinking about Floyd. Y'all do that same thing with Devin Haney. Y'all do that same bullshit with Devin Haney. He's not Floyd.
Listen, this motherfucker been fighting how long? And he still need knowledge. A nutritionist don't mean a goddamn thing. Did he not get undisputed without a nutritionist?
Exactly.
Now all of a sudden he needs a nutritionist.
He needed a nutritionist. Fuck out of here.
Y'all making excuses for this nigga because y'all know he's not gonna win.
I'm gonna tell you how overrated Bud is. Didn't Floyd win all of these fucking belts at 147 prior to him hiring that, what was that Hispanic dude towards the end? Yeah. Floyd did all of this shit until he hired this motherfucker at the end. So why y'all making excuses for Terence Crawford?
He did all this shit. And I'll tell you how to cook. He had a black cook.
Yeah, he had a black cook. And that black cook didn't show up until what? Till he started turning 36?
Right. So like his last 5 fights or some shit.
Yeah. So Floyd stop this bullshit.
This whole time Floyd had his girlfriends kicking around and was eating McDonald's and shit.
Yeah.
And working out hard as hell, getting that shit out of his system.
So like, you know what this is? You know what this is, Ross? Be crazy said it. Emotional. Damn it.
There ain't no weight cut problem. So think about this. When people keep saying I'm not a Bud fan, I'm an Errol Spence fan, I know they're a Bud fan.
I know you're a Bud fan.
Because no one even said you was a Bud fan.
Exactly.
You think saying that is a caveat for you to say something that supports Bud,
exactly.
That's gonna take it off the smell.
Yep.
Like we some fucking bloodhounds or something, man. Listen, what you saying is revealing what you is.
Exactly.
Because you're making excuses for Bud.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no way. I seen Bud work out. Bud is strong. Bud is alert. I saw him hitting the pads. He looks like he always look hitting the pads.
Yep.
But you saying what's going on with Bud is all mental. It's all mental.
Yep.
It's all mental. And I disagree. Floyd was called boxing. You don't
Yeah.
understand boxing, you gonna call it running.
Yep.
That's all that shows is you don't know what the fuck you really watching. But we can show if
Mm-hmm.
you stick with the channel, we can show you what you really watching.
Yeah, exactly.
There's pivots, there's pull counters, there's slips,
Mm-hmm.
there's check hooks, there's
Mm-hmm.
movement. All that's part of
Mm-hmm.
boxing. Just standing in
Mm-hmm.
one place and swinging is not boxing. That's fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
There's fighting in the center of the ring. Floyd has done that. There's fighting on your shield. There's not moving from center line mass. Floyd has done that. He did that in the Maidana fight where he let Maidana know you're not going to put this size over me. He did that with Canelo when he fought Canelo in the center mass of the ring and he was out boxing this nigga. Like he let Canelo know, I don't give a fuck that you went all the way up to 170 something pounds. I'm gonna fight you in the middle of the ring. I'm gonna out center mash you and I'm gonna embarrass the shit out of your ass. To the point where he even looked. You remember that round where he looked at the fucking ring like, what the fuck were you punching? That's when you knew Canelo wasn't shit. He looked at the fucking ring, Ross. That's my highlight of that damn fight. He looked at the fucking ring and he was like, you know you're getting a masterclass ass whooping right here, right? The fuck are you punching? Like, you gotta be smooth with your skills to be in a high class fight with all of the bright lights, where dude can at any given moment counter you, but you know the motherfucker ain't got the skills to counter you, and you looking at the fucking ring like, what the fuck are you punching? Like that shit was crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. Bud put him out. Bud put him out. So Bud trained hard. Bud doing everything
Ran
right.
up and down that fucking Colorado mountain.
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear no bullshit, man.
Bud
Did everything that he was supposed to, man, to prepare for this fucking fight.
And that's
when he
the
gets
problem.
his ass whooped, stop the bullshit excuses, man.
That's the problem. When people starting to see somebody who they've been told great may lose.
Yep.
They can't just take the fact they finna lose. They start making excuses for the person. He don't need excuses.
Yep.
Bud ain't a bodybuilder. Bodybuilders and boxers are two different things.
It's two different things.
Ain't no dry out. Bodybuilders and boxers are two different things, man.
Different things. Two different.
What you looking at, Bud is scared. You've never seen him scared before. His body
never seen him scared. Because when people are scared, they have a ghost-like look.
Yeah.
And that ghost-like look can make them look out of character physically. It makes them look startled. So that's what you're mistaking for. He looked weight drained. No, he's scared, man. He's acting out of character. You've never heard Bud curse like that. You've never heard Bud just go on tangents, running his mouth. Bud is not like that. Usually Bud is quiet.
Yep.
But he's not used to someone more quieter than him in Errol Spence. And that shit is fucking with him. See, y'all don't understand mental warfare. Me and Ross understand this. This is why y'all need to go back and look at the 2 debate videos me and Ross did. And y'all will understand at the highest levels what chess looked like. When we did the Errol Spence versus Floyd, and then we did another one from basketball, Jordan and Kobe. Then y'all understand what that shit is like at the highest fucking levels. When you got 2 master virtuosos going at it, that shit is like unbelievable. Because at the end of the day, we understand at any given moment, any little microsecond, that shit could be over for any one of us. That's what y'all need to go back and pay attention to. This shit that y'all go see with Spencer Crawford ain't nothing like that, man. It ain't no Spence versus Floyd Mayweather sparring. It ain't nothing like that. It ain't no chess match. What this is, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, this is probably one of the easiest fights that Errol Spence fought at 147 years. And even Errol Spence, when he started fighting this dude, he going to be like, damn, this shit is easier than what I thought it is. Am I really fighting an undisputed fight? You're going to see Errol Spence get unnerved, and you're going to see him get annoyed. You know why he's going to get annoyed? Because he'd be like, man, I got more resistance from Ugas. And then him getting annoyed, he's then going to go into the place where he's going to say, you know what? I got to stop this motherfucker. Fuck the bullshit. I'm not going to let this fight draw out. I'm going to stop him. That's what you're saying, man.
You have to ask yourself this. Why did Bud only fight Porter after he fought Spence? Porter was Bud's mandatory.
Yep.
Why he refused to fight Danny Garcia?
Yep.
Why did he refuse to fight Ugas? All these guys was Bud's mandatories at one point.
Yep.
He didn't fight any of these guys.
Yep.
Why? Because listen, Bud knew, like, man, I might fuck around and get exposed by one of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just calling out Spence's name just to keep my name relevant. I don't really want to fight this nigga Spence.
He low key ducked Keith Thurman too.
He ducked him.
Yeah.
He ducked the fuck out of him.
Because they were negotiating a fight, and Keith Thurman said, "Give me 10." And he was well within his right at that time to command 10 because he had 2 fucking belts. And you basically said when you came in the welterweight division, if I'm not fighting Spence, I want to fight Thurman. So why didn't you take that fight? He ducked Danny Garcia, and here's the thing that make me laugh. Danny Garcia asked for $3 million. You know he paid Mean Machine the same $3 fucking million. Come on, man. He ducked Danny Garcia, dog.
Get the fuck out of Danny Garcia, man.
Come on now.
This is gonna be easy.
And he ducked Sean Porter. He ducked Sean Porter prior to that actual fight, because anytime you got to go to what they call that shit, when you got to bring it before a because you can't agree. It's some shit they call it in boxing, man. You got to bring it to
arbitrator.
Yeah, you got to bring it to an arbitrator. They got to figure it out.
He wasn't even trying to. He was supposed to fight Sean Porter first.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to fight Sean Porter before even Errol Spence did.
Yep.
They went to the arbitration, all that shit. He was trying to duck Sean Porter.
Exactly.
Then it wasn't until after Spence booked Sean Porter that he's like, yeah, I'll fight him. Because he knew Sean Porter wasn't the same no more.
And he ducked Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao ended up having to fight Spence. Because at that time, Manny Pacquiao had beat Keith Thurman, and Manny Pacquiao was calling everybody out. That was his opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao. Let me tell you something, man. That version of Manny Pacquiao, this is how I know Terence Crawford ain't nice. That version of Manny Pacquiao would have exposed Bud, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Mm-hmm. I firmly believe that shit. Outside of 8 rounds, Manny Pacquiao ain't got no more gas. But in those 8 rounds, Manny would have fucked around and stopped Bud, man.
Yep.
Because if Mean Machine was able to drop Bud, come on, man. And Manny's throwing those fucking punches the way he's throwing it for at least 8 rounds, Bud is getting fucking exposed. So let's be honest, Terence Crawford ducked him.
And I just don't see how Bud gonna have an opportunity. Bud, he thrives off of setting you up for wide, super powerful shots. But Spence's hands is always here. It's always tucked, and Spence bursts in with the jab. Don't throw the same jab to the shoulders, jab to the head, jab to the midsection. And once he gets in, I don't see how Bud gonna handle that.
And like you said, Spence is never what? Idle.
Yeah.
So Bud is fucked. See, Bud needs you. This is how Bud needs you to be in order for him to be successful. Because he's not a boxer. He's just athletic. Bud needs to time you. But to time someone, that means the person has to be in the same rhythm as you. That means the person has to slow down in order for you to be able to see the timing. Because Bud is not even moving at a fast pace like that. But if Spence is constantly moving at a fast pace, how does he even have opportunity to time him?
Right. Or not just fast, because if you're steady doing the same thing over and over, you can be timed. But if he's jabbing fast, jabbing slow, jabbing medium, jabbing to the head, jabbing to the body, jabbing to the shoulder, you ain't gonna never be able to time him.
Never be able to time him. And then keep resetting every time he do that, and then change it up. Like he's never gonna be able to time him. And then blinding him with a fucking jab. Like he's never gonna be able to time. All he gonna see is a jab to the jab covering his eye, and then whatever shot that follows behind it.
And here's another thing people not taking into consideration. Bud Crawford's not really a switch hitter. Bud Crawford, where's the link? The link to what?
Link to what?
The link to my book?
Yeah, exactly.
Bud Crawford comes in southpaw, and within the 3 rounds, he comes in orthodox, and within the 3 rounds, he fights southpaw the rest of the fight. That works on orthodox fighters. That shit ain't gonna work against Spence when he tries that shit. He might be forced to have to fight south or orthodox this whole fight. And we know Bud is trash orthodox. That's the reason Bud is shit. He don't, because normally he does that little switch shit, and it fucks up B-level fighters.
Yep.
That switch hitting shit, it fucks up C-level fighters.
Yep.
But A-level fighters, they fight southpaws and they fight orthodox fighters.
Exactly.
All the time. It don't fuck them up.
Did you see when Derrick James was switch hitting on Errol Spence? Did you see Errol Spence get rattled in his stalking, he was still stalking. And
Yeah,
Derrick James was giving him switch hitting. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all motherfuckers, man.
this shit
Bud
finna be
start switch hitting, he getting stalked either fucking way, dog. This
this shit
motherfucker
finna,
gonna get crippled either way.
this shit finna be nasty, man.
If he switch hit, he gonna get stopped quicker. Bud's natural stance is southpaw. So Bud might as well just stay in his natural stance the whole fucking fight. He switch it, the shit gonna end sooner for his ass.
So Most High said he about to hit your cash up.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Drop that cash app, man. Drop that cash app. And when people say where's the link, it's the link to the cash app. Here's how we do it. You want to talk? We'll give you an opportunity to talk, but you got to donate, man. Our time waits for no man. Time is fucking money. You want to come in here and give us some bullshit conversation? You gotta fucking donate. You want 5 minutes? We'll give you 5 fucking minutes, but you gotta donate. You gotta donate $100, dog. You gotta give us $100. You gotta give us $100, man, because we gotta deal with your bullshit. Because y'all motherfuckers go to other channels and come in. I see y'all do that shit. See, Ross be saying he goes and sees. You know what I go and see more than anything? I go and see how y'all come in and say salute and then drop $100 cash app. And I'm like, okay, these niggas, when they go to these other channels, they know how to drop 100. But then when we ask 100, they looking at us like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. If we're going to tolerate your bullshit for 5 minutes, you got to drop $100, man. You see the cash app right there. You want the link? Drop $100 fucking dollars and we're going to give you 5 minutes. Me and Ross ain't going to say shit. We're going to give you 5 minutes to fucking talk. But you got to drop that fucking cash app. Me and Ross got to be able to split $100 50-50 if we're going to tolerate your bullshit for 5 minutes. And that's what we throwing back to you. You want the link? $100. Send a fucking $100. Let's see if you bought that damn life.
Exactly.
Because Ross made me see something very important. I don't even need to do the phone shit. I can get y'all motherfuckers in there because I have the ability to control when it's time to time you motherfuckers out and get you out of there. And I was like, yeah, Ross is right about that shit. That's how StreamYard work. So yes, $100 donation for 5 minutes. And that's for anybody. Anybody that want to come in here and talk for 5 minutes, donate $100. You see the cash app. We can go ahead and give you the split. And we'll tolerate those that rock with us. Man, we'll let y'all talk about, man, salute to He Knows, salute to Tom Ross. We appreciate the fact that y'all keep us confident, We let y'all do that for 5 minutes. Those that want to come in here and be adverse, we're all about everyone. We'll let you be adverse for 5 fucking minutes, but make sure you donate $100 fucking dollars for that 5 minutes. Because if we got to tolerate your bullshit, we got to get that donation, man. Y'all got to start coming in here, wiping your feet, and know how to respect the platform. Enough is enough with the bullshit. There you go. Salute to Most High. He dropped $20 cash app. You see, that's what I'm saying.
Respect, man.
Respect, bro. That's what I'm talking about. See, right now, the donations are $30. That me and Ross gonna split 15 piece. But see, y'all motherfuckers got to keep donating, man. Because we're the only ones that definitively told you what? What did we definitively tell you? That Spence is going to stop Terence Crawford. Matter of fact, come on, Ross. Come on, Ross. Give us the fucking question, dog. What
man,
is
I keep writing it. You keep taking it off. You gotta leave it up there.
No. I put it up. You know why I put it up? You know why I take it off? I put it up for a while and then I take it off because you know how we do. We got to reset the fucking mind. We got to reset that mind.
Yeah, like, just leave that shit up there, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's the question of the live.
Let me go back and do it. That way you don't even got to type shit.
I'm typing it now.
All right. There you go. He said, Most High said, we about to be big money tomorrow, thanks to He Knows and Ross. Damn right. You listen to us, man. You will always make money. You will always make money. This is how you got to do. You got to hedge your bet. If you want to make money in Vegas, put supplementary bets on Spence. That's how you're going to make your money. Don't do the regular bets with Spence versus Crawford. You're going to lose money. There's always the supplementary ones. Do the supplementary bets, pick Spence, and you're going to make tons of fucking money. Go look at the spread on Spence winning the fight, put your supplementary bets on Spence, and guess what? You're gonna win. Because even Vegas is telling you Terence Crawford is gonna lose. And this is how you know. When Vegas puts the money on someone on the most end of the spectrum, that means they don't even believe that that person is gonna do their job. They're basically telling you that person has a puncher's chance. Y'all don't even understand how betting works. The person who's usually the victor, people shy away from betting for that person because they know they're going to make the least amount of money.
Right.
But the person that usually is the loser, they tell you go ahead and bet on that person. So Vegas is letting your ass know they don't even believe in Terence Crawford. But a lot of niggas are so dumb. They saying, "Well, Vegas is telling you to bet on Terence Crawford." Y'all some dumb motherfuckers, man.
Okay.
Y'all don't even understand that shit works.
Well, go ahead, bet on them then.
Yeah, go ahead. So the house can take your fucking money. Go ahead. Because Vegas know what they doing. They know y'all dummies gonna go ahead and do that shit, and they go take your money. So again, the question is, what round is Errol Spence Jr. stopping Terence Crawford? Niggas are laughing because they know we telling the truth. If you've bet before and you've been gambling before, you know how that shit works. Usually they would tell you to bet on this motherfucker because they know that motherfucker is not the motherfucker. They used to do that with Floyd. Go look at every one of Floyd's fights. You think people would tell you bet on Floyd? They will always tell you bet on the other fighter. But you know damn well the other fighter ain't winning. That's how that shit worked. Andre Ward fights, they used to do the same shit with Andre Ward. They bet on everyone. I remember when he fought Carl Froch. They told you go bet on Carl Froch. Motherfuckers was so mad. Woo! That's why you think Carl Froch was bitter. Motherfuckers was so mad because Andre Ward went in there and exposed this motherfucker, man. A lot of people lost a lot of money that night. You talk about somebody who's bitter when it comes to every time they talk about a fighter, they mad as hell, telling Andre Ward, why don't you come out of retirement and fight Bivol or Bitter Bita? And then Andre Ward said, so hold up, me whooping your ass wasn't enough? You motherfucker shut the fuck up, man.
Right. Exactly. And that's the thing. Even then, there was excuses for that.
Yes.
It was low blows. Like anytime a certain fighter's gonna get ready to win, niggas start making excuses and shit. But the loss is in the record books. It's over with.
Damn right. Bet any one of those damn Crawford fans. Let me tell you something right now. You know what we noticing today? Ross, we predicted this. Haven't you noticed, even in the lives we covered today, we're getting the most minimal participation from who? But man fans.
Yeah.
Big Tyrone 720 ain't even here to talk about meat packs.
You got to understand how you got to understand how anxious they are. Because they've been able for years to hate on Floyd by using not hate on. That's how you know Errol Spence is entering that Floyd realm.
Yeah, he is.
They
said Floyd. I got you.
Yeah. Right. They've been for years been able to hate on Errol Spence by bringing up Crawford name. Like they used to hate on Floyd. And black niggas who are betas love hating on the black nigga that's a dominant nigga.
Yeah.
To the fact that they'll jump on the side of a non-black person. But this time it's a black person, right? Bud Crawford ain't nothing but the Manny Pacquiao of Errol Spence's 147 reign. Yeah. That's it. So this fight's gonna be easy fucking work.
This shit gonna be easy peasy, man. And it's gonna shock people. It ain't gonna shock us because that fight night, Ross is gonna have his special Crown Royal, the special edition. Thank y'all for the donation, by the way, because that helps go to the drinks. I'm gonna have me and my Azu, and we just gonna be chilling, man. We're gonna be chilling watching this fucking fight, man. Y'all gonna be sitting us watching us just chilling the fuck out. Ross gonna pop out the cigars. We gonna be chilling. I don't know about everybody else. We gonna have fun that night. Calling the fucking fight. We're gonna be like the most composed people. You're not gonna see no anxiety from us. You're not gonna see no depression. Even when the fight is happening, we're just gonna be at such a place where we just gonna be at ease, and we're gonna be sitting there laughing all the way through the bank. And that's why we tell y'all tomorrow, y'all want to be thoroughly enthused, if y'all want to be entertained like nobody's business, if y'all want to get the most excitement, y'all need to come fuck with us for that fight. Like y'all don't need to be fucking with nobody else. Ain't nobody gonna be breaking down the fight round by round the way Ross do it. You want to know a boxing savant? You gotta listen to Ross breaking the fight down. And this motherfucker will tell you a punch is being thrown right before the shit, right before you run a damn rewind, and then you go see the rewind, you gonna be like, damn, Ross said it said that shit was gonna be thrown. That punch was thrown right there. Sometimes me and him be talking, be like, he knows. Did you not see that? Did you not see that left hook? And I'd be like, what left hook? And then they rewind the motherfucker, and then the left hook's thrown. That's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all motherfuckers need to come check us out, man. Come check us out.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna give y'all real life talks. And then we're gonna correlate everything to why Terence Crawford gonna get fucking stopped. And we do like some of these pre-fights, man, because let's be honest. If one of these pre-fights are cash money and they doing what they supposed to, because you got that dude Pitbull Cruz, I'm hoping he going to knock a motherfucker out either with his head or with a fucking fist, because then that's gonna amp the fight coming into the fight. So I kind of like the fact that he's gonna be in the pre-fight or whatnot. But we do got to talk shit about him because he did duck Shakur Stevenson. We will clown him for that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all need to come check us out because we gonna give y'all damn live, pre-live, during live, middle of the fight live, post reactions. By then, probably it's only gonna be Spence fans in that damn post live. We probably will have in Oxteel's words, we've probably dried out all the fucking moisture, man. There won't be no more moisture in the
Mm-hmm.
fucking building, dog. All that shit would be dried the fuck out by then. There won't be no big Tyrone 720 saying Terence Crawford will win because he has the a big sausage. There won't be none of that bullshit.
Like dumb shit like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
man.
then what you're gonna see is what you're gonna see is what you're gonna be seeing is when it's all said and done, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford are gonna go at it when it comes to the fucking fight, man. This shit right here is about to be Terminator. It's about to be Exterminator.
Right.
It's about to be Achilles. You know what Terence Crawford is? Terence Crawford, you remember the movie Achilles? Remember that bitch nigga that had the bow all the way from far?
Yeah.
He faced Achilles head on. The difference is Terence Crawford's not gonna have that kind of ending where he's gonna be able to shoot a bow. What's gonna happen is it's gonna be a remake of the story. Achilles is gonna catch this nigga right before he shoot the bow and
Right.
beat the shit out of him. That's what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a twist to the plot. That's what the fuck's gonna happen. But that's Terence Crawford right there. That dude that talk cash money, always running his mouth, but when it comes time to pull action, he's nowhere to be found. Cause it didn't Hector's brother when he went ahead, he was being all pumping his chest, got the chick right. Who he end up letting do the heavyweight for him? His fucking brother, Hector.
His
That's
brother.
Terence Crawford, a fucking chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. You
Yep.
let your brother go and get his ass killed. And his brother in this instance is Bomac. And you know why I say that? Because Bomac's the Hector in this sense, because Bomac's been doing all that cash money talking. What did he say at the press conference? We here. We here. What was that stupid chant? I don't even remember the dumbass chant. That's
Um.
how
Um.
stupid it was.
Oh, time to work. Something like that.
Time to
Like y'all, time to work now. Y'all should have done all the work.
exactly.
What you mean it's
Listen,
time to work?
when you got a 400-pound motherfucker, Ross, we gotta remind these motherfuckers. Remember, we saw this shit on All Access. When you got a 400-pound motherfucker looking at Terence Crawford saying, "You ready to work?" Like you supposed to be a world-class boxer. Why you
Right.
let this big ass nigga tell you ready to work? You supposed to already be ready to work. Like what the fuck?
That's no. He made no sense.
Fuck out of here with that shit, man.
What you mean you ready to work?
ready to work. Man, have y'all seen Derrick James on the mitt? I haven't seen that kind of mitt work from a trainer since Roger Mayweather in his heyday when Roger used to be with Floyd. Roger Mayweather is I'm saying Roger. See, you right. Earl's hitting that Floyd ground because now I'm putting Derrick James with Roger Mayweather. You see how Derrick James look in shape running the mitts with Errol Spence, man? Like, this is night and day. Bomac can't even do mitts with fucking Terence Crawford. All he can do is like Nate, just be there to be a fucking punching bag in the gut. So that's why he needs 6 trainers because
Right.
his one trainer can't even train him efficiently. Like, let's talk about that. His one fucking trainer cannot train him efficiently, man. Let's be honest. But Derrick James is more than enough. I seen Derrick James train Errol Spence, then go train Ryan Garcia, then go train Anthony Joshua. I mean, and then go back and train Frank Martin. Like, that's a heck of a fucking trainer, man. That's a real fucking trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how all of that stable came about? All through Errol Spence, man. It was because of the greatness of Errol Spence that stable became what it became. Because then Jamel came. Then after Jamel came, Frank Martin came. Then after Frank Martin came, Anthony Joshua came. And then after Anthony Joshua came, then Ryan Garcia. But all of that is because of Errol Spence.
Yep.
So anything else you got to say before we leave, man?
Nah, man. It's here now, man. It's here now. Everything that need to be said has been said. Now it's just time for the fight.
I know anything that you do today is going to be, I already know the level you're going to be on today. You're going to be on some vitriol shit. So any vitriol you put out, I'm sharing all that shit. Y'all got to be careful when it comes to right before fight night because Ross be on that vitriol and y'all don't want Ross in vitriol mode. Y'all not prepared for that shit because that shit is straight fire. So anything you put out, I already know. Anybody get on your fucking nerves, they gonna get that vitriol. I'm sharing all your fucking vitriol, by the way. So, warning, newsflash to any fucking YouTubers out there: do not get in Tom Ross's hairs and splitting hairs with his level of vitriol right now, because you're gonna get it. I already know you're gonna get it, and I'm gonna be right there to share that shit. Be laughing my ass off watching the shit, and I'm gonna share it. When it's all said and done, man, Terence Crawford is getting knocked the fuck out. And y'all need to understand that shit, man. Like, this is plain and
Yep.
simple. This nigga's getting knocked out. He can't run. He can't hide. He getting knocked the fuck out. I'm not even calling TKO. I'm calling a knockout. Y'all ever seen Mike Tyson punch out? When Mike Tyson hit a nigga and then the nigga's getting ready to fall, but he don't all the way fall, and then Mike Tyson get that last extra hit, and then the nigga roll over. That's what this knockout gonna be. Spence gonna hit this nigga, and then while he'll fall, he gonna hit him again, man, and send him packing. He
That's
gonna
it,
have
man.
CNZs, man. They gonna have to get up, Bud. This what Bomac gonna do. Bomac gonna have to throw a jug of water at Terence Crawford to wake his ass up. Like, nigga, wake up.
Yep.
That's what's gonna happen. That's what's motherfucking gonna happen. And then that's when you're gonna see. This is what you're gonna see. I'm looking for post fight because don't be surprised if a fight breaks out between Bomac and Derrick James. Let me tell you why. Because when Bomac realizes that Terence Crawford got his ass whooped, Bomac's gonna go into that natural mode to want to defend. Derrick James gonna say something slick, and then you gonna see they gonna try to throw hands, and Derrick James might hit him with a 2-piece too. So you gonna fuck around and see 2 people get their ass whooped. You gonna fuck around and see Spence knock out Terence Crawford, and then Bomac gonna think he got hands, and Derrick James gonna hit this motherfucker with a 2-piece. Do not be surprised, because we saw this. The reason why I'm saying this, we saw this shit with Floyd and Zab Judah, man. When Zab Judah's dad realized that his son was getting his ass whooped, what did he do to Roger Mayweather, man?
You try to end the fight. You try to get him to start from the distance. Yeah.
So don't be fucking surprised. But the problem is, Bomac ain't Zab Judah's dad. He ain't got hands like that. He ain't got.
Derrick James not coming in there. Derrick James is a professional. He's not coming in that ring.
Nah, he ain't coming in that ring.
And Bomac. Thing is, this is what was supposed to happen, but these refs don't be knowing what the fuck the rules of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Once your trainer steps up on the apron during a round, that stops the fight. That's a TKO.
Yep.
Your trainer get on that apron while it's still time on the clock. That's a TKO stoppage.
Facts.
Cause that's a symbol. People think throwing the towel is a symbol. Throwing the towel ain't a symbol. A
Yep.
ref that knows the rules will take the towel and throw it back out the ring. That's for
Yep.
movies. Getting on the apron is a symbol. And because the refs don't see them on the apron, that's when they'll throw the towel to get the
Yep.
ref's attention. But get on the apron is a symbol that you stop in the fight.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of motherfuckers don't be knowing shit about boxing, but they watch it
Because a
all the
lot of
time.
refs, let's be honest, a lot of refs don't handle pressure well. A lot of refs don't handle pressure well too. Notice in every normal fight, refs know how to call everything. But when they dealing with bright light fights, refs act like they got fucking mental retardation. People forget that shit, but referees not up. In all sports, they do this in
Mm-hmm.
basketball, they do this in football. When referees are in high level fights or high level events, high level, you know what I'm saying, sporting events, they nut up. A lot of them nut up. It takes a special referee, and that's why they hate that black dude, because he's a special referee that knows how to see everything. And that's why they always be saying, oh, don't let him. Remember, Floyd be always asking for that motherfucker. They hate that dude because that dude will see everything and call everything for what it is. I think his name is Sims or some shit like that. I forgot the motherfucker's name. But Floyd's always asking for that motherfucker because that motherfucker see everything. And they don't want Floyd to have that kind of referee. That's why you saw Terence Crawford and them was saying the same shit. Well, we don't want that dude to be reffing the fight for Errol Spence because they don't want a referee that can be able to see everything. They want a referee that's going to be mentally retarded in these fucking moments. That's what they
Right.
want. Let's be honest. They want that Tyson Fury referee that know damn well it was a 10 fucking count, but then it was like, we gonna make 100 count.
Right.
We gonna make this shit 100 count.
That's what I don't really give Tyson Fury that credit like that is because he got so much help. He was
Mm-hmm.
obviously cheating with the gloves. It was just um that was that was a disgrace by Wilder's camp. Wilder's camp was supposed to catch all that shit and they didn't do it.
That first fight, now looking back on it, and I think I'm gonna do Wilder a service here and treat him with respect. That first fight mentally, psychologically fuck with Wilder. And I'm gonna tell you why. Now I'm looking at it more, I can say that even more now. Because Wilder was cheated. Wilder
Right.
had the knockout. We all knew he had the knockout. And then to go from jumping on the ropes, knowing you knocked this motherfucker out, to then there you go, Kenny Bayless. There you go. That's my motherfucker. They don't want Kenny Bayless to be nowhere near involved. They started talking shit about Kenny Bayless with Floyd because they know Kenny Bayless see everything. Kenny Bayless will hit you with point deductions fast because he handles himself well under high pressurized situations. They don't want Kenny Bayless for Spencer Crawford because they know if Kenny Bayless is with Spencer Crawford, it is over for Crawford. They know that shit. Because once Kenny Bayless see that Crawford, his faculties is all gone, he can't fight. Okay, fight's over. Like he's quick with the shit, and they don't want that motherfucker. So they're gonna give you some referee that look like he don't know what the hell he's doing. I mean, that's just the
Mm-hmm.
bottom line behind it. So let's go ahead and wait for tomorrow. Ross, what you drinking tomorrow, man? I want to know, bro.
I don't know. I don't even know if I am gonna even be drinking. I might just be
Okay.
relaxing, man. We done already discussed what we need to discuss.
All right. Fair enough. Well, it's been easy. It's been real. Y'all take care. Peace.
Peace.